Hello students, in my first classes I have discussed about paper 1 of sociology. Today I will discuss about paper 2 which deals with Indian society, structure and change. Mainly this paper 2 deals with Indian society only. Mainly you will read about Indian society only, its structure, what are the different changes, because in paper 1 what you have read about the Western thinkers, what you have read about the Western sociology, what you have read about the Western country, their culture, their family setup, their society, how the community behaves, what are the different cultures around them, different codes, different languages, different dress code. So you have read about those all things with respect to the Western society. But in paper 2, you will deal only with the Indian society. But one thing you should remember, that it's not only that if you are dealing with paper 2, then only the Indian thinkers are coming in this paper, or only you will come across, it's not that case that you will only come across those the Indian thinkers name. Western thinkers have also come to India, they have also researched and they have also studied our society in a very effective manner. And yes, different perspectives, what they have told about the Indian society, what they have written uh, for our Indian society, that we will study in detail in this paper too. So first of all, let us discuss about the topics which are mentioned in paper 2. We will deal these topics in very short time, or you can say that we will deal these topics in very short note, or because we will study these topics in very detail later on. So first of all, first topic is about the introducing Indian society. First you will learn here about the different theories, different thinkers, and that thinkers are like Indology perspective means the reading the Indian society or studying the Indian society with the help of religious text. What the Indian text, Indian religious text, Indian ancient text, what the Sanskritic text are there. So that type of material you will see here, and with that material they have studied the society. The first sociologist was G.S. Ghurye, who is also known as, who is also known as the father of Indian sociology. And he has, you will read about him that he has set up a university also for the sociology. First university was set up for the study of Indian society. In That's G.S. Ghurye has only that set up that university. Now second you will study about that Aman Srivinas, who was also a very prominent sociologist, Indian sociologist, and he was a kind of a structural functionalist. Structural functionalist you will read in detail, but in short note I am explaining here what is a structural functionalist. Means in every society there are different organizations, different institutions, like how our body works. There are different organs of our body, but they are independent, but they are not working independent of each other. In such way, in that way only, what is happening, that different organizations are there, different institutions are there. Like you will read about the family as an institution, you will read about the marriage as an institution, you will read about the education institution as an institution, polity as an institution. They all are the institutions, and they all work in tandem. And if they are working in tandem only, then our society progress, then our society becomes functional. That's why they are called as a structure functionalist. In paper 1 also you have read about the structure functionalist theory you have read about, which I have not explained, which we will deal in later on. But in this you remember that Aman Srivasan is a structure functionalist, means everything is functional for society. So he has been also criticized for various theories. So we will deal it later on. Now coming to the Marxist sociologist. And Marxist sociologist Ayer Desai is not a Marxist sociologist. You will see here about Ayer Desai that here he has mainly talked about the conflictist kind of things, means how the society, what is the caste and class inequality, how in this chapter we will deal with the class inequality, caste inequality. In India mainly we will deal with caste inequality. And now class and caste are used as interchangeable terms. In normal parlance you will see that they are both are used as interchangeable terms. So we will read in detail, and these three are very important thinkers with respect to this paper too, because in every answers you have to mention these thinkers. Other thinkers you can also mention, but these three thinkers are very important. What is happening in the UPSC examination and means in optional paper, that yes, you will come across in your newspaper also that various thinkers are there, but this is not the case that any thinkers you pick up from any books and you will write. No, which are mentioned in the syllabus, first of all you have to write those thinkers. Afterward you can mention any thinkers, but these thinkers which are mentioned in the UPSC syllabus, that thinkers you have to write, that is must. And after that, what you have read from your newspapers, what different theologies you have read, what different thinkers you have read in any kind of today in modern society, in modern paper also, and in any different books that you can mention. But yes, these thinkers are very much important, so keep this in mind. So first we will deal with the thinkers part of that Indian society. Now here we are not dealing with that earlier, because we have seen in paper one emergence of sociology, that we have dealt with. In there only we will see that how Indian society was also affected with that. We will deal here also. So here first of all we will deal with that Indian thinkers only. Now coming to the second topic in this part only, introducing Indian society. Here is impact of colonial rule. We all have read about the modern society, modern that history, where we have seen that how colonial power has colonized our world, colonized our country, and how we have faced many kind of exploitations also. Different, it was a draining of wealth also. Different theories you have read about Dadabhai Naroji also. So different national movement was there, national approaches were there, national kind of national thoughts were that prevalent at that time. So you will read about the impact. The here you will not read about that the which thinkers, which you can say that which that time the great freedom fighters, their name you will not read here, but what impact the colonial society has uh, that impacted our society, impacted our country, that you will read in details here. Because today also in modern today in contemporary world, also in contemporary India also, you will see in the news that our honorable prime minister also says sometimes that our the mindset has been in a colonial mindset. Here we used usually talking about colonial mindset. So different names are which are that different buildings, different kind of any institutions which are named behind any kind of colonial power, any kind of colonial name, then they are usually being changed, means they are changing those names. So these things are very much important today, in perspective to the colonial rule, because it has not only impacted our that political sphere, not only it has impacted our economic affair, not only it has impacted our education sphere, it has also impacted our mindset. Like you have read about the macule theory, you have read about the macule. TB Macule was there, who was also given a law commission in charge. He was also made a law commission, first law commission which was established. He was made the member of that. And what he has told, he has proposed the downward filtration theory, that yes, he will educate certain masses, and that masses will teach the that teach the whole masses. So downward filtration theory, and he had also said in one statement that yes, we want to create such kind of Indian society where the people will be Indian in their skin color. People will be Indian in their lookings, but in their thoughts, in their taste, in their clothing, in their culture, they will be totally changed into the European culture. So these kinds of thoughts were at that time, it was prevalent at that time of the society when our country was colonized. So these we will read here how the Indian nationalism has emerged at that time, what is the how our Indian tradition, which were modernized under the colonial rule, how the protest and movements were prevalent at that time during the colonial period. These topics you have also read in about the modern uh, history in a spectrum. You have read on many other books. We have also read social reform movement. We have read about Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Ishwar Chand Vidyasagar, Dayanand Saraswati. So different uh, historians and different freedom fighters, different reformers, they were mainly responsible for these kinds of social changes, these kind of social reforms. So here we will read about these things. Now, after these topics, we will coming to the social structure. Here, a structure means that how the society are categorized in different form. A structure means what? How the society are characterized in different forms, like political structure, agricultural structure, rural structure. So in this structure only, like have institutions, structures, organization. These are all kind of, or you can say that some where interchangeably it is used. In a sociology world, you will see these kinds of terms are interchangeably used about the institutions, structure, organizations. So here you will read about the how the Indian villages were at that time, what today Indian villages consist of, how the agrarian social structure has evolved uh, in due course of time. Because evolution is very much important in your in your GS paper. Also, you have read about the evolution of land system, like zamindari system, like permanent settlement system, like mahalwali system, like your rayatwadi system. So, what were the impact of those systems on our agriculture that you have today? How the British had exploited our agriculture system, how today we are lagging behind those systems, and we are not a kind of a exporting country in agriculture, mainly we are importing in agriculture. So these all things which we are witnessing today, the things which we are witnessing today, that all things have what we are witnessing today, that have all the historical backgrounds. It's not the case that that uh, without any means historical background, these things have uh, came suddenly today only. No, that not the case. So we will read about these things: evolution of land tenure system, land reform. And land reforms is also very important topics in modern history, also in postmodern world. If you have read those topics, postmodern one, there uh, you will see that the how land reforms means that independent post-independent society, not post in modern world. That is say different terms we will see in sociology only, what is post-modern world which we are living today, that is called post-modern world. But what the post independence, you have read about the land reforms. So how the land reforms has changed the land systems, how the ceiling system where there, tenancy reforms were those. So different things where we will see here, which here we will see the effect, here we will see the impact, what were the impact of those reforms. Here we will not deal with that, those facts which you have read in modern history, yes, but that knowledge we will bring here. So here we will see these things. Now coming to this, the caste system, it is very important topic, and today many political parties are also fighting or discussing about these things. Many parties have brought those you can say that bill also in their legislatures to pass those bills about reservation. Like today we'll see Bihar's caste survey. There in Bihar caste survey, more than 60% of the caste were considered as OBC, means a reserved caste kind of thing. So in that case also today, but yes, Patna High Court has not you can say legalized it, that which they have passed in the legislature, that 65% of reservations should be provided for the reservations should be provided for these backward classes. Because if you are providing 65% percentage, then it is breaching the Indira Sohani case also, which you have read at 50% ceiling effect, that is getting breached here there. So the High Court has High Court has declared it as a void and unconstitutional. But let's see what is happening. It is a way in progress things. So this today, this caste system, this caste reservation is a very prominent issue in our country. In Maratha reservation also, you have seen these things where Supreme Court has declined those proposals what they have, that reservations. But yes, this you have in this caste, and how the caste is being defined, and what are the criteria that states are creating a list, OBC list or SC/ST list. So states have some power, the center has some power, yes, but state has the power to make their own OBC list. So these things we will discuss here, that what where the caste system, here we will not deal with the data, that facts and figures that we are dealing in polity lectures, in polity classes. Here we will see about the impact of the caste systems, what where the we have you have heard about Jajmani systems, where the service castes were serving the other upper three castes. So that Jajmani system, where you will see here the servitude kind of system, where so Ji Hajuri you have seen in village also, today also it is happening. So here how the caste has impacted our society, and here different perspectives of the different thinkers we will see here. We have GS Gurje, we will learn. Srinivas you will learn here. Louis Dumont is considered as, he is a Western philosopher, Western thinkers. Andre Bete is also, we will also talk about Andre Bete. He has also given very in a lucid manner and very comprehensively he has talked about the caste system. Now here we will also read about the feature of the caste system. There are different kind of features of the caste systems, how the caste systems are different from today. In traditional society, caste systems were working in a very different manner, but today, due to the urbanization, due to the modernization, due to the reform in agriculture sector, due to the that commercialization of agriculture, the forms have changed. But yes, essence has somewhere remained the same, but forms have changed dramatically. So here we will see about these things. And in the here also, untouchability also is a kind of offshoot. You are saying that manifestation of discrimination, manifestation of caste system is a kind of untouchability, where some group or some hierarchy where they considered as a lower caste as a untouchables, they are considered lower caste as a polluted caste, as a polluted people. So these different types, their cultures are different, their food habits are different, they are not allowed to do different kind of things. We will see in detail. This is very interesting topic, you will come to understand, and it is very much important in your GS answers, where you are writing that essay papers. They are also, this plays a very important role. In your ethics paper, it's also plays a very important. In your social issues paper also, it plays a very important. We will deal with this chapter caste system in very comprehensive manner. Now coming to tribal communities in India. This topic is also very important. Here we will see about the definitional problem, because today what is happening, the tribal communities, different theorists have defined tribal community in very different way. Some are saying that yes, they are uneducated. Some are saying that they are you can say that poor people. Some say yes, they are isolated, geographical isolations are there. So different definitional problems are there. But yes, some theorists also believe that how you can say that the tribals are uneducated people, illiterate people. If they were if they would be illiterate people, then how society, how they are surviving till today also, they are surviving till today also. And some theorists also believe that, environmentalists, you will see that they are saying that if today's society, modern society, they are very much educated, very much literate society. Today the technological advancement is very high, very upgraded. Then also today we are facing the climate changes. Today we are facing that kind of exploitation. We have exploited our natural resources. today, and we are facing this like heat effect, what today we are facing, climate change today, that difference of temperature between day and nights have increased significantly. So these are the things which some theories say, criticized today modern society, that how you can say that the tribal society is a illiterate society, uneducated society, non-scientific society. If they would have been the non-scientific society, then today earlier, and you have not seen any news that yes, they are living in any forest and whole forest are being cleared, whole forest are being you can say that exploited. That's when they were harnessing the nature also, and they were living with the natures also, and their livelihood were are also dependent on natures. So you can't say that they are the exploiter of the nature. So definitional problems are there. We will see here that how different theories, how different thinkers have defined these definition problems at the time of independence also. And Jawaharlal Nehru has created a certain policy. You have read about the certain policy also, uh, in which the how they have asked by different scholars also, that yes, how we should create a policy in which the tribal society and the Indian society both can work in integration. It's not the case that how the British has exploited the tribal society, but by keeping them in isolation. So we don't want that tribal society will be lag behind in that development kind of policy. So the Jawaharlal Nehru time also, in independence, after independence, many theories have proposed the theory as how the policies should be made so that they can be integrated in our mainstream society. So this we will study in here in very much detail, geographical spread, colonial policies and tribes, how the colonial people, how the British people have exploited. We have read about various tribal movements like that Munda movements, like Kho movements, like that Pagalpanthi movement. So different movements were linked with the tribal movements. And very important movements we have read about, that Bhagwan Birsa Munda movement also. So these movements you have read in modern society, yes, but we will see here how the British has exploited and what are the impacts that today we are also facing here. So here is issue of integration, autonomy, and this is also the reason to the nationalism, extremism, communalism. These kinds of things are also a kind of manifestation of this only, other definition problem, some integration problem, some kind of you can say that issue of integration and autonomy. So here we will deal with these things in very detail. Now coming to the next topic, social classes in India. Here social classes refer that how the means in the Indian society we are dealing with the three different classes, because we are today also we are agriculture society. Here today also the major chunk of people are working in agriculture sector. Today also the industrial sector is not that much growing, where they can absorb more and more number of laborers. In COVID period also you have seen that the agriculture society, where only agriculture systems was the only system which have absorbed the migrant labor who has moved to their hometown. So we will read about this agriculture society, how the agriculture class structures are there. In agriculture class structure, we will see about this, that how different class of that middle class, here also middle farmer are there, big farmer are there, small farmers are there. So different kind of farmers are there, where some farmers having the big chunks of land, they are also known as zamindar. So you will see and how the relationships were between those farmers, those groups. So agriculture class, agrarian class structure. Now in industrial class structure, we will see how the industries have grown, and today how the industrial structures are there, and how the relations between the employees, employers, the labor class, the proletariat class. We have seen yesterday now the what the proletariat means. Proletariat means a labor class, and bourgeoisie means a capitalist class. So we will see how the capitalist exploited the labor, and how today different reforms, different labor codes have been proposed so that their security will be protected. Now coming to the middle classes in India. this is a kind of a new class, a middle class, which you have seen mainly it has emerged during the British colonial period when they have started trading sector. So these are the mainly the traders, these are the mainly the businessmen, these are the mainly today servicemen, the service sectors, who are people who are working a collar white collar jobs kind of things like doctors, engineers, professionals, teachers. So these are the like today the you can say that the freelancers are, so these are the middle class people where their salary is also not that much low and not that much also high. They are called middle class because they are placed between the upper class, that is business class, or we can say that corporate class, and lower middle class, they're placed in between. And today one new term has also emerged, that is new middle class also. I will deal with this new term, new middle class. So new middle class today, what the technocrats you are seeing today, what the different kind of today industrial revolution 4.0, so AI, machine learning. So today different kind of class has emerged in middle class only. So we will see about here a new middle class also. So here middle classes in India, we will read about industrial class structure, we will read about agrarian class structure. Now coming to the fifth system of kinship India. Let me read up this part. I think you all students are understanding what I'm. Yes, we will discuss these topics in very comprehensive manner. Today, I am discussing only about the syllabus part, so I am not going in the detail one. But when we will discuss topics separately one by one, then we will discuss very comprehensively also, and I will provide you notes also where you can see it, where you can revise, where you can make your notes yourself only. Because once you understand these topics, then easily you can make notes while reading the books also. So we will see. So now let's look at system of kinship in India. Here kinship system in paper one also we have read about the family system, where we have read about the family system. So here you will also see, but with respect to India, where you will see lineage descents, how the lineage has is there here where in religious system also we will read about the how the Gotra system works in India, because Gotra systems is very much unique in the India. It is not uh, you can say that in a Western society, it's Indian society, you will see the Gotra systems that today also marriage is happening in exogamy marriage, endogamous marriage. So different systems where you will kinship systems, you will hear read how the kinship systems are working in India, like what are the relations between different kinship system in north is very much kinship system is north is very much different from the kinship system of south. Kinship system of east is very different from kinship system of west, because when you are reading about the northwest northeast region, their marriage different type of different, their kinship relations are different, where you will see about in marriage what we are seeing that cross cousin marriage are there. Then you will see about the parallel cousin marriage are there. Yes, they are not much very much prevalent today in today's time. Yes, but you have to read about the how that it has evolved with respect to the passage of time. So here you will see that household dimension of family also, how household is it defined, what are the family composition in household. So here different definitions we will also see, how which what consists a household, which family members are living in any house, and what the definition of household, what is the definition of family. So different type of marriages are there today. Live-in relationship are very much prevalent, conjugal relations are prevalent, where both husband are working their duty, they are doing both combinedly, they are performing the home task, they are both working outside also, and in home also they are working. Today we will see about the divorce system also. In these topics only we read about the divorce, how why today divorce is very much prevalent also, that we will also discuss. Here we will see about the patriarchy system. In paper one also I have talked about the patriarchy systems. What are the patriarchy? Simply means the male dominated society, this much you remember. It's when we will read about this kinship systems, or that woman that is exploitations, or social development, then we will read about the patriarchal, how this plays an important role in that in social issue on any kind of ill happening in the society. So male dominated society, simply you can remember the male dominated means male are the head of the family member, that the patriarchal systems, and what the male assumes the power, what the males control, that the male decision in is that imposed on everyone decision. So male decision dominated, so simply male dominated. Entitlements also, entitled means what the rights are given to the inheritance means how the sons are giving the inherited rights. It means when anyone passing their the inherited their family property, then what are the rights entitled to the girl child, what the rights are entitled to the boy child, male child, after marriages, before marriage. This we will discuss in detail. Now sexual division of labor, yes, what are the here division of labor means is what work are defined, what the roles are assigned, what the roles are assigned to female, to males, what roles are assigned to male and female, that we will learn here. And mainly in India, what we are seeing, that the roles which are assigned to female or male, their roles are defined as birth time only. So it is also known as ascribed status, where your roles are defined at birth time. Yes, how much you will read, what when your what you have to do, what your education will be system, your education will be, how your marriage will be. So yes, decision making power is also getting restricted in this respect. So we will read here discussion. Now coming to the next topic, religion and society. So let me rub this part, then I will talk about this thing. I think you people are getting what I am teaching here, because it's also my first experience that I have not taught also on this platform. So I am trying that, yes, if you are understanding or not. So let's come to the next topic. So next topic is religion and society. Here in paper one, we have read about, it means we have discussed about religion, and we will read in detail in when we will discuss separate topic on religion. In that paper one only, what we will see, that definition we will see every matlab, you can say that their respect to Western philosophy also we will see, Western thinkers we will see, and definition how the religion have evolved in different parts of the world. But with respect to Indian society, with respect to India, we will see that how the religious communities are different religious communities are there, like different religious community here we will see Hindu, Muslims, and what are the criteria of these different reports are there, like Sachar committee reports are there, how and you have come across these things, like the Hindu, the Muslims, the Sikhs, the Christians, the Jains, uh, everyone has the growth rate different, their development rate is also different, that you will see in various sectors in the society, like in economic sector also, that in upper ladder, where you will see in the bureaucracy, you will see in administrative, you will not see that much kind of that other religions other than Hindus, Jains, that Christians, that Muslims you will not see. So reports are also there. Yes, they are not developed as what other religions are developed in society. So different communities we will see, and what are the impacts, why they are not developed, what are the things which are restricting their development, that we will see in very much detail here. So religious communities in India we will discuss here, and what are the problems of religious minority. Religious minority, which are the group which are called religious minority, apart from Hindu are not called as Muslims, that is Islams, Christians, Jains, Buddhists, and Sikhs. These are the five groups which are considered a religious minority, and the Muslims are considered as a major religious minority, means largest minority. But it's as per the number of religious minorities in Muslim community, their attendance, their kind of means participation in the different sectors of society, like economic, political representations, they are very much less. You have read in that in these election also, 18th Lok Sabha elections, where you have seen that the in the parliament also, in the Lok Sabha also, there are very means minute representations as compared to their population. They have very minute representations in the the parliament setup. So legislatures, the MPs are very much less in when we talk about that the community from Muslims. So Muslim community. So we will read about this. What are the problems? Religious minority. What problems? Yeah, government has also created many kinds of schemes, many kinds of initiatives to increase the participations of these religious minorities. Like you have read about that Parsi Jan, Sikhs, I am not saying Parsi Jan, Muslim, Communist, Jain, Buddhist, Parsi. Here you will see about the Parsis. One scheme has been launched, like you have seen and learned about the Geo Parsi scheme. Here in Geo Parsi scheme, what they are saying is to increase the number of birth rates, because these communities are very much important community. Their participation in economy is very high. Their means investment in also, you will see like many Parsis people are there who are industrialist, or like kind of industrialist people, like Parsis. You will see the Tatas, they are also Parsis, belong to the Parsis community. So we will see what are the different limitations, what are the different drawbacks, that how why these communities have not uh, you can say that participated in the mainstream society as compared to the Hindu community or different community. We will see in a very uh, uh, detailed manner. Now coming to the third part of the syllabus, that is social changes in India. These all above topics are different. That yes, about religion we have read, about caste and systems we have read, about the family systems we have read, tribal systems we have read. So, but after these all topics, we will discuss about the social changes in India. So above knowledge, what we will read, uh, what we have read as that earlier, those knowledge we will apply here. So how the development planning and mixed economy, social changes in India, constitution, law, and social. These topics will be different, but yes, our knowledge we will apply here. So in paper one also, education, social change was there. In India, with constitution, law, and social change, how constitutions have evolved, what are the different laws. Today also, like Sabrimala case, we have seen the constitutions is evolving. Today also different, like today the Nakab case was, and a case was there, a hijab case was there. These news are very much uh, coming today's in today's that country, today's world. So these news are very much important. So this topics is also very much important from the exam perspective. So we will read about these things and what are the different changes, and what are the how why constitution is called as a live document also, because means it changes its position with respect to that essence are not getting changes, but yes, its evolutions happen with that passing of time. What different changes we are having in society, because when it was constituted at that time, these much developments were not at that time in the society, but today different reforms are needed. Either you can say the judiciary, either prison reform we have seen today, or the caste reform. So different reforms we see here. Education, social change, this is also important topic. Now here the rural agriculture and transport. Earlier we have read about the agriculture that structure, industrial structure, that middle class structure, and here we will read about the rural and agrarian transformation of India. Here we will see about the different schemes which earlier, that Jawaharlal Nehru time period, or at the time of independence, different schemes were operated at that time, different schemes were launched at that time, which we have also read in your GS classes, like rural development, community development program, cooperatives to poverty alleviation scheme. So we will read about these schemes, and here we will deal with also the current schemes which are coming in the news also, which the government today today's government has launched these kinds of scheme, how the poverty alleviation schemes has initiated kind of things which we have also read about this, that the one, that the poverty inequality index of the Oxfam also, and one report you have also read about the Oxfam plus UNDH or United Nations something, this kinds of organization also did a study that how much poverty has elevated. So these things we will did here. So it's a kind of you can say the current related topic. So here we will see about the current problems what are happening, like green revolution. So green revolution has created a food security problem. It has that food security problem, it has you can say that solved what the food security problem we were facing. But apart from this, it has also created many new problems. We will see here how the new problems have and what the relations have been changed between the peoples, between the society, between the community, that we will see, and how the different regions were left from that development also. Like green revolution were not a time when introductions happen of for green revolution, then the part of India which were selected, so all parts were India were not selected. Some parts were India were selected, and different parts were left out. So the parts which were selected, they got developed very high, but the parts which were left, then they lag behind those. So today the migration problem you are seeing from Bihar to Punjab, from Punjab, from Bihar to Surat. So different problems are also there. So we will see about green revolution, social change. Here, mode of production and agriculture, how the commercialization of agriculture happened, what are the different today horticultures are very much government is focusing on. So different production process, we will see how the change in production systems happen. So here we will also see about the migration, rural labor, bondage, these things. Now coming to the industrialization and urbanization. Industrialization and urbanization in India. Here we will see that how the industrialization and urbanization has created an impact on Indian society, positive impact, negative impact, like development of slum society, development of petty crimes, theft. These kinds of things are also there today. The urbanization problem is a very big issue, because today the water problem, the sanitation problem, the kind of dumping yard problem, where the peoples dump their sewage, that their garbage. So these are the very big problem today in Indian society. So due to the unplanned urbanization, these things happen, and these are the very today also many society, many you can say urban society are facing these kinds of problem. Density of society have developed so much high, so these problems are very much prominent. So we will see about the modern industry in India, growth of urban settlements, how the working class came to the urban society, how the working class has impacted the growth rate, the development rate of the work that the in urban society. We see informal sector, we will see child labor, how this gives to child labor. It's also a manifestation offshoot of these kinds of things when we are putting the unplanned urbanization, when the things get you can say that when the things get very much dear, you can say that costly, then these things happen where childs are not getting proper education, proper sanitation, health facility. So these things problems happen. So slums have developed, deprivation. So deprivation we will see here, poverty we will see here. Now we have discussed up to this industrialization and urbanization of India. Now what number topic is politics and society. So you will see that one thing is common in paper 1 and paper 2, the topics are same. Comparing, if you will compare paper 1 and paper 2, then you will see that topics are same, but one thing is different, that they are talking with respect to Eastern society, and we are talking in paper 2 with respect to Indian society. So these things are different. Here we will add some thinkers, mainly you will add with respect to thinkers of Indian Indian thinkers, and some where you will add that Western thinker. So this much is only in sociology, not it is that much of rocket science to read the sociology optional. So politics and society we will see here. Here you read about nation. There also you have read about the nation, state, citizenship. Here also read about the nation, state. So what I will do here, that those topics which are in paper one, and they are very much similar to the topics where not very much news are there, or you can say that nothing much more I have to add in those topics. Then I will simply, when I will teach you that topics in paper one, then simply I will teach you those topics for paper 2 also, so that time will not be get wasted in revising those topics multiple times, because the time is also limited. So here we will see that the nation's democracy in paper 1 also, there only we will see here about from the Indian perspective also, and from the other world perspective also. So political parties, pressure groups, social and political elite. So in one time also, one time only we will discuss this all the topics: regionalism, decentralization of power, secularization. This is a very important topic. You have read in polity also, what about the secular country. So today very much discussions are going on the secular kind of, to like UCC. They are also kind of creating a secular country kind of a thing. The one really uh, means having the personal, that the personal law should be one for all the religions. So these kinds of things. What are the difference Indian secularism and the Western secularism? Like in Western secularism, for example, in Western secularism, the religions are very much separated from that state. Means both are means in different chambers. They are not getting mixed up, mingled. But in Indian society, we will see the religions, states both are mixing, but not that principal distance. But that term is used here with respect to Indian secularism. Here, a state is not, you can say that, in engaging in the religion. But yes, if something in religion, with respect to the public health, with respect to the morality, with respect to the society, that nuisance should not be created, so that different laws are also being made, you know. So different ills are, if there social evils are there in any religion, then yes, the Supreme Court also intervene, so that a state also intervene, and that social evils are getting reformed, or is getting that it's getting reformed only. So our Indian society secularization and the modern, that Western society secularization, both are very much different. So here we read about the Indian, and here we are the that Western about secularism. So this, if you will understand the differences, then you can easily get aware about those topic, the concept of secularism. Now coming to the social movements and modern India. See, these topics is mainly in modern history deals. You have read in modern history only, that farmer movements, peasant movements, women movements also. You will read here also different types of movement like feministic movement, and different there is also a wave, kind of a first wave feminism, second wave feminism, third wave feminism. So we will read, and backward class Dalit movements in modern history. You have also read this kind. So here we will read, but here you will see not in that much detail. Here we will see the impact only, but detail you have read in modern history. So that knowledge only we will bring here. Environmental movement, these are the different topics like Chipko movement, you can say, different kinds of movement, Himalayan, that state, different movements are happening with respect to ecological imbalances. So we will read here ecological movements. Here different environmentalists you will see it, like Veena. You have heard about the Veena Vandana, I think her name is. So she's very famous environmentalist. Like one more, I think Sudha, one more was there. Not I am not able to recall that name, but yes, you can see here that yes, environmental movements we will discuss in very Now, ethnicity and identity movement. Ethnicity here simply means racism kind of things. Means racism, you can say, but yes, racism now term is not used. But yes, the one thing here is racism. Means ethnicity means what? Either you are differentiating on the basis of color, skin of the color, or a basis of culture, language. So ethnicity kind of problems, like we are in ethnic people, like tribal, kind of other ethnic people, that modern society. So different ethnic people we will read here in detail. In that, when I will discuss the topic, then we will understand. In here, I can't explain these topics in very much detail also. So these topics we will discuss here. Now let me wrap this part so that a space will be available for these two last left topics. Now coming to this population dynamics. This population dynamics also uh, is a kind of, yes, you have read in GS topic also, but yes, here we will read about the what is the sociological angle. We will see population size growth, because at the time of it is said that, and it is a fact only, that our country, the India, we are the first country which have initiated a program of that family planning 1952 only. You have read also. So these are, but today also our family planning that schemes are not very much effective, because people are not aware about this thing. So our population also surpassed China's population. You all know all these things only. So population size, we will see here growth, composition, distribution, how populations size are uh, every means it is not that in every state population size are means similar, or you can say even. Yes, some states having a good number of population size, some where density is very high, some states where the urban populations are very high. So we will see that different growth, contribution, distribution. Here we will see about the population growth, birth and death, migration, how the migrations plays an important role in deciding the population size, population growth. Now coming to the population policy and family planning, we will see here in very much detail here. But yes, these are the kind of GS topics here. Questions are being asked, but it is not getting asked in directly. You will not be asked that yes, to explain this. Here, yes, some inputs you have to take from these topics, and you have to use in other topics also. So aging, sex ratio, child infant mortality, reproductive health. You will see here how, like NFHS, we have read the data. NFHS fifth survey which happened recently. So how much infant mortality? India is only the today country where in world where we are seeing the high mortality rate, high stunting rate, high malnutrition rate, despite having so much of schemes, despite having so much of initiatives of government. But that implementation problem is there, somewhere lag is there, somewhere the bureaucracy default is there, so that our populations are not getting. And yes, it's impacting our society only, our human development only, in long period of time. So we will discuss here very much in detail. Now coming to the last topic of this paper 2, I think I have taken more time to discuss these topics only. Now let's discuss the last topic, challenges of social transformation. Now what I have explained earlier, that which topics I will discuss. So these all topics which I have talked about in paper 2, that all topics implications, and all topics challenges, and what the implications it will create in society, what implications it had created in society, that here we will discuss. Like what we have said about the development, displacement, environmental problems, sustainability, there we will see how the society means, when the society is changing, either it is changing in a radical ways, getting, or either it is changing in a very gradual ways. Some changes is when it is happening, then some certain sections of the people are not very much is aware, and certain sections are getting affected. So we will see here that how the, like you can see in economic sector only, how the means today AI systems have come, then how it is affecting those labor, that that today the skill labor which are used, who are using their skills to write certain kinds of data entry on different kinds of that, those things which are created, which were earlier done by human only, now machines are doing it, like by using the AI, the machine learning, that they are impacting that level, that you can say that sections of people. So here also, like in agriculture sector also, when machines developed and machines came, when commercialization of agriculture happened, then yes, it reflects that labors were replaced by machines only. So we will see environmental problems will also happen because when we are commercializing agriculture, then we are producing itself in a very large number. So here we will see what the poverty, also deprivation, inequality, which we have read earlier also. So we will here means these are the kind of GS topics. Mainly you will read these topics in social issues, but yes, we will read here violence against women. We will read here what are the different laws made up about it, what are the different, how, and this patriarchal is very much important in this respect, that how patriarchy creates these kinds of problem of violence against women, how violence are happening against women. So caste conflicts we will also see here, ethnic conflicts we will also see here, literacy and disparity in education. So here, like we have seen in digital divide also, like today means with the development of this technology, this digital technology also means large sections of people are not getting well educated, that financial literacy is also not there, that you can say that internet literacy is also not there, not everyone is able to afford those kinds of subscriptions, or many are not able to afford educations also. So we will understand these topics in very detail. So I have discussed in a very much good nice in a nice detailed manner, that how I will approach these topics later on, and how I will discuss these topics in a very detailed manner. So I think you guys have understood these topics. So I think video will be uh, longer. So let's now stop here, and now I will come up with that paper one only. I will start with paper one only. Means when I will start with paper one only, then I will deal in a gradual manner in serial number from topic one only. I will start and I will come with that videos. So that's all for today. Thank you very much.